Hey there, I'm Total Sombro, and I'm so glad you're interested in playing the Soulborne games. These games are fantastic, and if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering where to start. Well, I'm here to help you out. But before we dive in, there are a few things you should ask yourself. What kind of character do you want to play as? Do you want to wield powerful sorcery? Do you maybe prefer fast and light weapons? Or maybe you want to be like Zeus on steroids? The good news is you can do all of these things in the game. Having a plan before you start will ensure that you use your level ups in the most efficient way possible. Now that we've chosen what kind of character we want to have, we have to choose our starting class. You want to choose a starting class that aligns with the character that you want to play. For example, if you want to wield lightning, you might want to start with the cleric class, which starts with the highest faith stat. Don't forget to customize your character, as the game allows for that. Next, you'll have to choose your starting gift. If you're playing Dark Souls 1, the Master Key is the best choice. For Dark Souls 2, go with the Healing Wares. You'll thank me later. For Dark Souls 3, the choice gets a little tricky, but most players choose the Fire Gem. Keep in mind that when you use the Fire Gem to put fire on a weapon, that it will remove the scaling for that weapon. Okay, whoa. So what is scaling? Scaling is the amount of damage you get from your weapons based on your stats. The general rule of thumb is S is the best, followed by A, then B, and finally C to E, with E having very little to no scaling. For your stats, as a general rule, Vitality is your total health, Endurance is your stamina, Attunement affects your spell slots, and in the later games, your FP or like your mana, so to speak. Equip load is also a stat, but it's tied to different stats in the different games. I recommend testing. You can see as you're kind of putting levels into different points, you can see how it affects your stats. So you want enough equip load that you're not heavy rolling around, or maybe you want to heavy roll if you're doing that intentionally. Strength and dexterity are both self-explanatory. Miracles scale off of faith. Spells scale off intelligence. Now, these are general guidelines, and there are exceptions. Pyromancy is weird. Use the wiki. If you want to dabble in pyromancy, it is very good. It can be very, very good in the games, but sometimes it scales, sometimes it's just the level of the item you're using. That's determined. It's a little bit different in each game. So use the wiki for the appropriate Soulsborne game for pyromancy if you want to go that route. Remember, you should play these games the way that you want to. Whether you prefer playing alone or with friends, exploring NPC quest lines, or anything else, the game is yours to play, and make it the most fun for you, okay? Don't forget to use the white summon sign for co-op if you want to play with a specific friend. Use a password. I like pizza as my password to play with friends, but please don't tell anyone. The only exception to the password is Dark Souls 2, which uses a ring, or classic Dark Souls, which I don't recommend. If you want to play Dark Souls 1, play the remastered. Save yourself from 10 FPS playtime, please. You might get invaded while you're playing the game for some impromptu PvP. Roll with it. Sometimes they're NPC invasions, sometimes it's a real player coming just to mess with you. At the end of the day, it's baked into the game and it's part of the experience. Just kind of enjoy the ride. Eventually you'll get the hang of dealing with invaders, you'll get the hang for PvP, and you'll start to have a little more fun with it. When it comes to weapons, choose one that complements your character. If you're investing in strength and faith, go for the weapon with the best scaling advantage for those stats. Although the difference won't be significant early on, you'll see the benefits by the end of your first playthrough. To know what weapons, spells, miracles, pyromancies, or hexes that you want to use, make use of your resources and use the wiki. There's nothing wrong with using the wiki to find specific items or upgrade materials, and it'll actually make your playthrough better. You'll have a lot more fun if you can find the items and build the character that you want to, and some of the quest lines can be complicated, and you might miss an item because you didn't talk to the right NPC or progress too far into too many areas without touching base with an NPC. And yeah, you heard that right. I said your first playthrough. The Soulborne games are meant to be replayed, so take your time or rush through it, it's entirely up to you, but I highly recommend playing at least one New Game Plus run. The rewards from your first playthrough will be evident, as you'll have more souls and a stronger character. You'll get the chance to upgrade different weapons, try out different combinations, and you will absolutely eat through the early game bosses as you see just how powerful your character has become. And at the end of the day, enjoy your playthrough as much as you can. Beating these games is the reward. Not many other games offer the same sense of rich fulfillment that the Souls games do. Thank you all for watching, and if you thought this was helpful or you think I missed something, please let me know down in the comments. What should we do for our next video? You'll have to hit that sub button to find out. I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.